Yeah, Navarre Raiders, stand up. Get on your feet, mad child, baby. You know, who wanna rumble with the Raiders? Let's go, yeah, let's go. Navarre Raiders, get up, let's go. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Hey, yo, it's lights out. Whenever they turn the lights on, enough with the talking, baby boy, the fight's on. You wanna rumble with the Raiders? Listen, it's nothing, baby, we running through you haters. And you can hate us, cause we keep chips on our shoulder. You know why we the best, but now we gotta show you. Listen, better watch how you approach us. Y'all bugs to us and we'll stump you cockroaches. Simple and plain, quit is what you should really do. Put your game face on, it's about to get physical. This here's a game of strength, patience, determination. And you can never win if you lacking the motivation. And now you heard it from the source. Losing is not an option, you can hear it in our voice. We only play this game to win, and we gon' put it on the line every time and every chance we get. Cause we may never get this chance again. So when you rumble with the Raiders, understand you on the field with men. Why play if you ain't playing to win? You just wasting the Raiders' time. Listen, shall I say it again? Yeah, you don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Who wanna rumble with the Raiders? Come on. Yeah, Navarre Raiders, baby. Stand up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up, child, baby. You know, who wanna rumble with the Raiders? It's a lose-lose situation, man. You know, shouts out to my boy Cash. Lil Marvelous, Lil Mama, I got y'all, baby. I see you. Let's go on a rumble with the Raiders. Yeah.
Welcome to Bennett C. Russell Stadium for Week 5 action here in the Florida Panhandle. It's Class 6A action tonight between 3-0 Pine Forest as they hit the road coming to Navarre and Bennett C. Russell Stadium to face 4-0 Navarre Raiders, averaging 45.5 points a game against a stingy defense of the Pine Forest Eagles, only giving up 9.3 per game. Let's thank our sponsors once again, because without them, we could not bring you these broadcasts each and every Friday night. Culver's, Ursula Householder, Express Employment Professionals of Pensacola, Lux Sala Salon, University Lending Group, and your Navarre Quarterback Club, as well as JockJive.com. President and owner Robert Williamson allows me to come into your households each and every Friday night for Raider football, and Wednesday nights as I bring you Irish Bills twist on sports. Tonight it's the 4-0 Raiders against the 3-0 Pine Forest Eagles. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more pregame. Kickoff at the bottom of the hour on JockJive.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table,
Before Field to Fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium. This is Irish Bill on JockJive.com. I have my good friend Tim Keene on the camera tonight. Thanks for checking in tonight, Tim. He'll be probably one of very few words tonight as he'll concentrating on the camera work tonight. First time out, and I appreciate Tim checking in with us tonight so that we can bring you beautiful live video coverage of tonight's game here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Let's go over all the other games going on in the Panhandle this evening. Gulf Breeze at Washington, Choctaw at Pace, Crestview at West Florida, Fort Walton Beach at Mosley, Champagnat Catholic at Niceville, Tate at Milton, Childs at Bay, Catholic at Pensacola, Gadsden County at Wakulla, Mariana at Walton, Weewaw at North Bay Haven, Jefferson County at FAMU, Port St. Joe at Rutherford, Snook Academy, Alabama at South Walton, Holmes County at Northview, Escambia County, Alabama at Jay, Bluntstown at Liberty County, Freeport at Graceville, Rocky Bayou at Baker, Chipley at Cottondale, Franklin County at Sneads, and Blue Ridge, South Carolina at Vernon tonight. Let's go over our starting lineups. First for the visitors on the scoreboard. I do not have the starting lineups for the defense of the Raiders quite yet. So let's go over with the Pine Forest. They're led on offense by junior quarterback Ladarius Clardy, 31 of 48 passing, 541 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. When it goes to the ground, he goes the very dependable junior running back Anwar Lewis, 49 carries, 538 yards, and 5 scores through 3 games. And when he goes to the air, his favorite receiver is Vontarius Hill, with 4 catches for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. The rest of the offense for Pine Forest: number 7, Terenzo Turner, number 8, Eric Young, number 12, Quinn Ford, number 17, Datavius Grandison. On your offensive line for Pine Forest, number 52, Dedrick Burrows, number 53, Willie Durant, number 72, Javius Holland, 75, John Gill, and number 77, Travis Collette. When we go to the defensive side of the ball for Pine Forest, they're led by the 3 interceptions of Devin Witherspoon and the 5 sacks of Tahir McCall. The rest of the defense for the Pine Forest Eagles: number 1, Martin Emerson, number 5, DeCarrion McWilliams, number 6, Monquarius Brown, number 12, Nolan Rigby, number 15, Mitrez Rawls, number 21, we've already mentioned Devin Witherspoon, number 28, Tentrell Whiting, number 43, Angelo Kraft, number 45, Wyatt Gill, and number 99, Tamarius Walker. Pine Forest comes into this game with 3 victories in their first 3 games. A 27-6 win over Pensacola in week 1. Game 2, a 40-6 winner over Pace. And last week, they take out the undefeated Gulf Breeze, who was 3-0, 27-15. Their head coach is Jason McDonald. Their defensive coordinator is Lee Burt, and their offensive coordinator is Brian Fisher. They're coming into this game averaging 31.3 a game and giving up 9 on defense. Let's move over to the Raiders on the offensive side of the ball. First, we're going to go with their line at center, number 75, Coda Taylor. Your guards are Bryson Garner and number 66, Trey Campbell. And your tackles will be Elijah Melendez and number 77, Jeremiah Chavez Moon. Your quarterback will be number 1, Marlon Courtney. And you'll see it running back either Chris Williams, Jaden Antonio. What a good game he had last week. He was our Ian Lockwood player of the game. Or you will also see Josh Carter back there as well. Your receivers, they're going to start out with Dante Wright, Tyler England, and Quinn Caballero. And now let's go to our field mic.
Sarah Brown. Left rifle,
as the Navy Junior ROTC here at Navarre comes to the center of the field. Another fine rendition of our national anthem by the Navarre Raider Marching Band. And let's go over to Navarre's on offense. They're led by number 1, Marlon Courtney. They're 40 of 64 on the season for 694 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. On the ground, Chris Williams leads the way, 54 carries, 275 yards, a 5.1 average, and 3 touchdowns. Receiving through the air, led by Quinn Caballero's 8 catches, 254 yards, a 31.8 average, 3 touchdowns, and Dante Wright, 14 receptions, 216 yards, a 15.4 average, 2 scores, and number 13, 13 catches for Tyler England, number 2, 157 yards, a 12.1 average. And a big game from Antonio last night as he had a 77-yard touchdown pass to get the Raiders on the board via the touchdown variety. And let's move over to your kicking, your punting. Tyler England and Jacoby Smith share the punting duties. England averaging 38.0 per punt, 2 inside the 20. Smith with 3 for an average of 33.31 inside the 20. Kevin Tate 11 of 12 on extra points, 1 of 3 on field goals. And Dante Wright is your leading scorer with 7 touchdowns, 5 rushing, 2 receiving, 5 extra points for 47. And Josh Carter with 32, 5 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. The Raiders have outscored their opponents in the first quarter, actually the first 2 quarters, 43-21 in each quarter, 41-0 in the third, 49-19 in the fourth, and 6-0 in overtime, 182-61. Total yards on the season, 1,576. Raiders averaging 199 on the ground, 195 through the air for 394 yards per game. 48% on third down conversions, 17 of 35. 4 of 5 on fourth down conversions at 80%. They're +3 in the turnover differential as they have turned the ball over 5 times, but they have taken the ball away 8 times. On the defensive side of the ball, they're led by Josh Carter, 24 tackles, along with Xavion Thomas. Josh is your leading solo tackler with 17. Xavion with 9 leads your team with an assist. 1 interception each from Carter, Gorley, and Gabe Davis. Your caused fumble leaders with 1 each, Jordan Jefferson and Alex Gilchrist. Your fumble recoveries with 1 each for Thomas. That's Xavion Thomas, Jordan Jefferson, Alex Gilchrist, Evan Gorley, and Peyton Law. Your sack leader with 2 is number 95, Alex Gilchrist. Your tackle for loss leader with 11 is Jordan Jefferson. 2 block kicks, 1 block kick, and 1 block punt, Matthew Downey and Evan Gorley. Your quarterback hurry leader is Mitchell Hunt with 4. And your big hits leader with 16 is Jordan Jefferson. The Raiders have only given up 421 yards on the ground through the first 4 games, giving up 105 per game, and only a 3.5 average per carry. 25 of 59 passing, 387 yards, and only giving up 96.7 per game in the air. 16.28 on third down conversions, only giving up 7 of 43, which is just outstanding for the Raider defense. And they've given up 808 yards on the season, 202 yards per game. Well, there's your offensive and defensive stats for both teams. Coming in, we got contest kicking off here in about 10 minutes here at the bottom of the hour. This is Irish Bill with Tim Keene on the camera tonight. Hopefully you'll be able to sit back wherever you are and enjoy the show as we bring you Navarre Raider football on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium. We're getting ready for kickoff here at the bottom of the hour. We're about 7:25. The captain's getting ready to come out on the field for Navarre. Number 3, Chris Williams. Number 5, Dante Wright. Number 14, Quinn Caballero. And number 99, Jordan Jefferson, your captains for tonight's game for the Raiders. And we'll get you the Pine Forest captains here in just a second. 3-0 Pine Forest against 4-0 Navarre. There are only 2 of 3 undefeated teams left in Class 6A in the Panhandle of Florida. That other being Scambia, who's off to a 4-0 start. So after the night, there will be down at least 1 undefeated team here in the Panhandle of Florida in Class 6A. Early games going on so far here in the area. Let's look over at the FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard. As we pull down the area, Crestview on top of West Florida Tech early, 13-0 in the first quarter, and Mosley on top of Fort Walton Beach, 14-0. Your captains for the Pine Forest Eagles, number 1, Martin Emerson, number 75, Big John Gill, number 21, Devin Witherspoon. And we'll wait to see the other number here. But they are carrying the jersey of number 3, Jalen Clausell. And folks, I don't know if you remember what went on with Jalen last fall. The 16-year-old, a promising football player at Pine Forest, he had cardiac arrest. And he went in the hospital, almost died. He came back miraculously. Was practicing and lifting weights again, and then had another cardiac arrest. And he was almost gone, and they brought him back to life. But I think the young man's football career and playing days is over. But they are carrying the jersey of number 3, Jalen Clausell, at the center of the field in honor of their teammate that can no longer play the game that he loved and grew up so much playing. So our hearts and prayers go out to Jalen Clausell as he continues to fight his battle. And we wish you all the best, Jalen. And the toss has occurred at midfield right on the Raider flag. And Mr. Whitehat picks up the coin. The Raiders have won the toss. They deferred, so they'll take the ball in the second half. So the Raiders will be kicking off to Pine Forest to start this ball game. As they swap the field, Navarre will be coming out of the south end. Pine Forest out of the north end. And it is homecoming night here at Navarre, so we will probably have a little bit of an extended halftime. So you'll get to listen to our bands play. We'll put it out on the band, and then we'll take a break and let you enjoy the bands of here at Pine Forest and Navarre coming up. And what beautiful uniforms that our Navarre Raider marching band are wearing this year. And they are starting to grow here at Navarre. The Raiders will be coming out in their all black with the black Raider on the side of the black helmet. And the Pine Forest will be coming out in their gray pants with the white jerseys and red numbers and their red helmet. And this is Class 6A football at its finest. Navarre comes in at number 6 in the state. In the one poll, number 5 in another. Pine Forest sits in there at about number 11 and number 15. So you have two high-powered teams here coming up here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium here on this Friday night. And let's head back to the scoreboard. Check our local team. And here comes your Raiders and the NHS flag. The Skull and Crossbones being carried by, let's see what number is carrying that tonight. Looks like is that number 94? No, that's number 14, Quinn Caballero, carrying the Skull and Crossbones tonight out of the south end zone. Pine Forest as they're getting ready to come out of the north end zone. And they are focused and ready for a classic matchup here on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill with Tim Keene on the camera tonight. And you're going to be watching live action of Navarre football as they host Pine Forest here momentarily. The toss has happened at the midfield. The Raiders won the toss, deferred to the second half. They'll be kicking off from south end to the north end to get this game underway as the band leaves the field. And Pine Forest comes slowly walking out on the field with their hands in the air, heading towards the far sideline. The Raiders here on the near sideline. And you'll see a lot of players on the sideline, folks. Our JV is mostly dressed out. Unfortunately, some schools don't have a JV program this year, and our Raiders JV has only played one game so far here in week number 5. So a lot of the JV players are dressing for tonight's homecoming game. So the Raiders will be kicking off from the 40. Looks like Dante Wright will be filling in for Kevin Tage. Tage must have aggravated that hip flexor last week or during the week in practice. But Dante Wright will be handling the kicking chores tonight for Navarre, like he can't do anything else. I even heard that he drives the team bus to away games. But Dante Wright getting ready to put toe on leather as the Raiders look to the sideline, getting ready to get this game underway. Classic matchup coming up here between Pine Forest and Navarre. Wright puts toe on leather. It's going to be a direct kick that's going to come down at the 22-yard line. It's going to be returned out to the left, and a big hit there by number 96, Jacoby Smith. And a big tackle and no return. And a tackle by Jacoby Smith on a 38-yard kickoff by Dante Wright. Number 5 doing the kicking duties tonight in place of Kevin Tate. Ladarius Clardy brings the offense out for the Pine Forest Eagles. And we're just underway here at Navarre High. 11:53 on the clock here in the opening quarter. Clardy at quarterback. Anwar Lewis, the rather small in stature but very quick running back for Pine Forest. It's going to be a bad snap, and it's going to be a hold, and it's going to be taken down for a loss. And on the outside, there's number 41, Peyton Law, with the tackle for loss. And it's going to be a loss all the way back to the 18, a loss of 4 on first down, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Kind of a bad snap. It was low. Clardy corralled it, but he had no one to give it the ball to, so he took it himself, and Peyton Law with the 4-yard tackle for loss. 2nd and 14. Clardy's going to throw hot to the outside, and he's got a receiver, and unless you got a lot of wheels, you're not going to catch this young man. And it's going to be an 82-yard touchdown down the left sideline. At the 11:01 mark, Pine Forest on the board, and the Raiders have given up another big play here early on in this 2018 campaign. They're trying to look to see who that was down the far sideline. Looked like number 4. Number 4, that would be Vontarius Hill, their big play receiver, and he goes 82 yards for the touchdown. Pine Forest on the board first at the 11:01 mark. To Hill. Conversion is up, and it's no good. The Pine Forest on the board here early on the second play from scrimmage. They go 82 yards on the pass play from Clardy to Hill. Hill takes a little wide receiver's screen pass over to the left, and he takes it down the left sideline, 4-6. The big play for Pine Forest to get this game underway. Six 0 Pine Forest, 2 plays and 78 yards. And handling the kickoff duties for Pine Forest. Trying to see who they're putting out here. It's either number 17 or number 44. One of them is going to be either holding the ball for the other player or. And it's 6-0. Pine Forest out on top. 2 plays into the game. No. That's going to be number 17 with the kickoff down to the 10-yard line. Raiders got a good return up the middle. It's going to get to the outside and out over the 20, out to the 23-yard line. And I'm trying to see who that is on the return. I think that was Dante Wright from the 10 out to the 23. So it's going to be a 13-yard return on the kickoff by Dante Wright. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 23. 10:52 on the clock. 6-0 Pine Forest here early on. It's going to be handoff off left tackle. A host of Pine Forest Eagles are going to stop the Raider runner on the initial play, and that's Chris Williams. He's going to Looks like he's going to give him 1 yard. So bring up 2nd and 9 for Navarre. Marlon Courtney in the shotgun. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Single receiver to the near side. Courtney's got a receiver out over the 30, out to the 32. They're going to bring up 8 on the reception by Dante Wright. Navarre's new all-time leader in receiving yardage. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and 1.5 for the Raiders at the 10:05 mark, trailing 6-0. Here, 2 receivers near side. Wright's going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle for, looks like it's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be close depending on the spot, but it looks like he's a little bit short. Mark him about 1 yard short. So it's going to be 4th and about a yard for the Raiders coming up. And they're going to send the punt team out here early on. Can't give up the short field here early on after already trailing 6-0. 82-yard touchdown pass from Clardy to Hill. Jacoby Smith standing back inside his own 20. Gets the punt away. It's a high punt. It's going to be a fair catch at the 36. The 32 to the 36. 32-yard punt for Jacoby Smith. And Pine Forest is going to come out for their second possession. Raiders trailing 6-0 here with 9:09 on the clock in the opening quarter. The Raiders gave up 3 big plays to start the Crestview game before they finally settled down and came back in, came from behind and won that game. Raiders defense out there wearing all black tonight. They're going to send 4 receivers to the near side, stack 2 right near the sideline. Empty backfield for Clardy. And he's going to run to the outside, and he's going to have another big play inside the 40, down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 30 for Clardy and a Pine Forest first down. And it's 1st and 10 at the Raider 34 as they move the chains. 4 more receivers here to the near side. 1 to the top of the screen. Clardy in the shotgun. 1st and 10 Pine Forest at the Raider 34. 8:45 on the clock. And Clardy's going to take off and run, but he doesn't have as much room over here on the near side. And he is going to go out of bounds at about the 31. Give him 3, and he'll bring up 2nd and 7. Pine Forest at the Raider 31. Pine Forest is going to split 2 receivers to the top. Eric Young and Trey Mason. Anwar Lewis behind Ladarius Clardy. And that's going to be a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. That's going to be a gain of 1 for Lewis. Bring up 3rd and 6 at the Raider 30. 8:10 on the clock. 6-0 Pine Forest here early on. Lewis to the left of Clardy. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Oh, almost a pick 6 there. That would, if he would have read that just a little bit quicker, that would have been 6 the other way as they tried to find Lewis out of the backfield. And that was read perfectly, I believe, over there by Cameron Thomas. If I turn around and see his number here in just a second, that's either Thomas or Matthew Downey. Looks like number 28, that would be Matthew Downey on almost a pick 6. And they're going to leave the offense out on the field on 4th and 6. Three receivers top of the screen. Single receiver to the bottom. Anwar Lewis to the left of Ladarius Clardy. 4th and 6. Licardi back to pass. He's going to feel pressure, and he's going to go down. The Raider defense steps up on the sack by Xavion Thomas. It's going to be a loss back to the 38-yard line. Actually, mark it at the 37, a loss of 7. And the Raiders defense gets strong and forces the 4th down and out for Pine Forest. 7-yard loss and a sack by number 23, Xavion Thomas. Their first sack of the game. The Raiders offense comes back out on the field. 1st and 10 from the 37. It's going to be a push right up the middle off left tackle out to the 39-yard line. Actually going to spot it right at the 40, so give him 3 yards on the carry. Chris Williams, and he'll bring up 2nd and 7 for Navarre. Tyler England comes in to replace Eric Anderson. Finley and Dante Wright and Garen Finley and Quinn Caballero to the top as Wright goes in motion. They're going to be a quick hitter to Tyler England. He's going to get out over the 45 and out over the 50 and into Pine Forest territory. Actually, they're going to mark it right on the 50-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 10 and a Raider first down. Gain of 10 on the play. Spot the ball at the midfield point. First down for Navarre. And we're going to have offsides. Looks like it's going to be offsides against Pine Forest, which will move the ball down to the 45. That's our first penalty of the night. 5-yard variety. That's going to bring up 1st and 5 for Navarre with 7:06 on the clock. Actually, 7:07 on the clock. Navarre trailing 6-0 here early on in the first quarter. Wright and Caballero split to the top of the screen. Chris Williams in the back, along with Fernando Gomez. It's going to be handoff off left tackle. Inside the 45, down to the 42. A 3-yard gain for Williams. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. They're down to the Pine Forest 42 with 6:49 on the clock. Courtney in the shotgun. Chris Williams behind him. Wright and Caballero to the top of the screen. Your H-back, Fernando Gomez, number 49. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams, and he's going to get a Raider first down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 for Williams, and a Raider first down. First and 10 Navarre at the Pine Forest 38, and we're going to take a water break with 6:25 on the clock here in the opening quarter. Pine Forest 6, Navarre 0 on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill with Tim Keene on the camera. We'll be back after this short commercial break.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
First and 10 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 38-yard line, fresh off the water break. Dante Wright's going to go in motion from right to left. Courtney's going to scramble out to his right. He's going to take off and run. He's got plenty of yards, and he's going to be near the first down marker. And you're going to throw a flag on the far sideline on the late hit. The play gets down to about the 27-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 11 on the run, and we're going to tack on 15 more on the late hit out of bounds. Now will be the third first down of the game for Navarre. Personal foul, late hit. And somebody's down on the field. We're going to have an injury timeout, and we'll take another break, folks, with 6:06 on the clock. Navarre trailing at home 6-0 here in the first quarter. This Irish Bill will be right back.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home.
Irish Bill back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. It was the quarterback Marlon Courtney. He came out for one play, came out on his own behalf. And the Raiders did run one play as they tried to run the sweep to Dante Wright, and they lose 1 yard on the play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Navarre. Garen Finley in at quarterback for Navarre. Finley back to pass. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It's going to be over the head of Dante Wright, and there's going to be a flag against Pine Forest. It's going to be pass interference or holding, depending on what they're going to call, if he grabbed him early or if he grabbed him late. And that penalty will be coming up here pretty soon. Holding, yep, he grabbed him early. And that will be a 10-yard variety from looks like from about the 15-yard line. So they'll mark half the distance of the goal. So they'll be down to about the 7.5-yard line on the penalty. It's a 10-yard penalty, but since they are inside the 20, it's only going to be marked off half the distance. It's going to be 2nd and about 4 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 7. Garen Finley in at quarterback. Chris Williams right behind him. Fernando Gomez, your H-back. Wright's going to go in motion. It's going to be Finley taking kind of fumbled the snap a little bit, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 12. He's going to lose 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for Navarre. Little discombobulated here without their starting quarterback out there, but the Raiders will get things figured out. 3rd and 8 for Navarre at the Pine Forest 12. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen, single to the top. Garen Finley in at quarterback. Chris Williams to his right. 4:40 on the clock here. 3rd and 8 for Navarre as they trail 6-0. It's going to be a push off in the end zone. A no flag. It's going to fall incomplete and bring up. It's going to bring up 4th down. And handling the kicking duties for Navarre tonight will be number 5, Dante Wright. So the field goal coming up. Mike and Ursula checking in with their friends Andy and Tina from Germany. Go Raiders. Good luck for Brady tomorrow. Thank you, Ursula. Michelle Myers checking in from Texas. Everything looks good and sounds great. Go Raiders. And my number 95, Alex Gilchrist. In for the 29-yard field goal attempt is Dante Wright. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And it is good. The Raiders on the board via the three-point variety. And it's 6-3 with 4:22 on the clock as they need to stop the clock. As 2 seconds came off the clock after they scored. 4:20 left here in the opening quarter. 6-3 Pine Forest. 29-yard field goal by Dante Wright puts the Raiders on the board. The Raiders got down inside the Pine Forest 10 before their offense sputtered, but Wright picks them up with a 29-yard field goal. And with 4:20 on the clock here in the opening quarter, Pine Forest 6 and Navarre 3. Dante's first field goal on the season. That gives him 50 points now on the season, as he's creeping ever closer to only one person in front of me scoring-wise in Navarre career, and that's Michael Carter. And it's good news on Carter as he has recovered from his broken hand, so he will be back in the lineup for North Carolina this weekend. I chatted with him on Twitter earlier in the week. Dante Wright getting ready to put toe on leather. It's going to be a kick, and it's going to go out of bounds on the near side. And Pine Forest now has the option to make Navarre kick again from the 35 or take the ball at the 35. And we'll see what that's going to incur here in just a second. And it looks like Pine Forest is going to elect to take the ball at the 35 as Navarre's first penalty of the game. No distance marked off. And the Eagles will have first and 10 at their own 35 with a 6-3 lead here with 4:20 to go here in the opening quarter. Clardy brings the offense back out on the field. First and 10 Pine Forest from their own 35. Lewis to his left. It's going to be a handoff to Lewis at the line of scrimmage. The ball's fumbled. And the Raiders are going to recover. Mitchell Hunt with the fumble recovery. And the Raiders have first down at the Pine Forest 30. Fumble recovery for Mitchell Hunt. And the Raiders take over on the fumble recovery. Lewis fumbles it at about the 32-yard line. So he lost 3 on the carry. And it's going to be a Raider fumble recovery. First turnover of the game comes the Raiders' way. Marlon Courtney back out on the field for Navarre. Caballero, Finley, and Wright to the top of the screen. Tyler England to the near side. Running back is Jaden Antonio to the right of Courtney. He's going to throw a little slant complete down to the 25-yard line. Yeah, Caballero on the catch. He's going to pick up 5 on his first catch of the night. 2nd and 5 at the Pine Forest 25 with 3:46 on the clock. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to get inside the 25 just barely. The nose of the football inside the 25 for no gain. That was Jaden Antonio on the carry for no gain. Third and 5 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 25. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open for a first down. Caballero inside the 20, and he's going to get right down to the sticks. It looks like it's going to be a Raider first down at the 20 on a completion to Quinn Caballero. 4th first down of the game for Navarre. Gain of 5, 1st and 10 at the Pine Forest 20 with 3:04 on the clock and a 6-3 Pine Forest lead here in the first quarter. Courtney back to pass. He's going to be rushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it away. Actually, he's got a receiver inside the 20. There's a big hit inside the 20 down to the 18. It's going to be a gain of 2. And it looks like the chain person is down on the far sideline. I don't know. I don't think that's a player over there. I think that's the member of the chain gang over there. It looks like. Doesn't look like a Navarre player over there. But then again, I might be wrong because I am wearing glasses, folks. And that is a long ways away. I don't have my binoculars with me. But it was a completed pass for 2 yards. And I'll tell you. But it was a holding penalty against Navarre. So whatever that play was, it's not going to remain that way because it was Navarre's first penalty of the night. Actually, their second penalty of the night as they had to kick off out of bounds. And it was a Navarre player. It looks like Quinn Caballero over there. Either Quinn Caballero or number 24. That's actually Jaden Antonio. So it was a Raider player. But there was holding on the play, so it's going to move the ball back out to the 40. So that must have been deep in the Raiders' backfield because it's a spot foul from the place that the holding occurred. So it's going to be first and they need to get down to the 11. So it's first and 29 for Navarre coming up. And we have a few raindrops, which is nothing unusual for this time of year in Navarre. Or around the Panhandle, I should say. First and 29 for Navarre at the Pine Forest 40. 2:50 on the clock. Pine Forest 6, Navarre 3. There's going to be a delay of game against Navarre, so that's going to make up first and 34. On Navarre's third penalty of the game. They get the fumble recovery, and now they're moving backwards. And here comes Mother Nature. First and 34 for Navarre. They're at the 45. They need to get down to the 11. And it's going to fall incomplete, and that's the first incompleted pass of the night for Courtney. And here comes the raindrops. Which will help with my streaming because when they leave, all those that have AT&T makes my hotspot all that much better. Second and 34 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 45-yard line. Wright's going to go in motion on the jet sweep. It's going to be a handoff to Carter. He's going to bowl his way down to the 41 to get 4 back. That looked like Carter in the backfield. Nope, that's actually Chris Williams with the 4-yard gain. That's going to bring up third and 31 for Navarre. And you can see on our camera, it is coming down pretty good here. And the Raiders are going to take a timeout. Each team has taken a timeout here early on. And we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. Pine Forest 6, Navarre 3 with 2:08 to go in the opening quarter here on JockJive.com.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
And it is coming down good. It's raining cats and dogs here. Meow. Oh, what was that? I thought I heard a cat. It's going to be 3rd and 31 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 41 with 2:08 on the clock. Courtney back to pass. Oh, he's going to throw an interception as they tried to run the screen, and there's the big defensive lineman to intercept it. Number 28 for Pine Forest is Tentrell Whiting, and Pine Forest is going to take over at the midfield stripe on the interception. They tried to run a screen, and the defensive lineman stepped right in front of the pass. And that's Navarre's first turnover of the game. One turnover for each team here in the first quarter. 6-3 Pine Forest, 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. 2:01 on the clock. And Pine Forest with a 6-3 lead. Twin receivers down to the near side, single to the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff and to the deep back, Anwar Lewis, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. On this wet turf here now, as the rain is coming down here rather nicely. Well, nicely or unnicely, whichever way you look at the weather. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for Pine Forest at the midfield stripe. 1:35 on the clock. Clardy in the shotgun. And we have a wet field out there right now, folks. It's going to be a quick wide receiver screen, and Evan Gorley with the big hit. And it's going to be a loss back to the 45 on the completed pass to number 8. That's Eric Young, a 5-yard loss to Young. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 15. (6-3) Pine Forest, but they'll be facing a 3rd and 15 coming up as we're under 1 minute of play here in the opening quarter. Pine Forest 6 and Navarre 3. With this turf, it could turn into a defensive battle here. At the half, Champagnat Catholic 7, Niceville 0. And where Lewis is going to run the ball, but he's going to cut back and not get back to the line of scrimmage. And he's going to lose one back to the 44-yard line. And the Navarre defense is stiffening up here early on. And we will see the Pine Forest punter coming up here as they will have a 4th and 16. Coming up, but I didn't see any flags on. Now there is a flag on the far side. Unless they're going to call it's going to be a defensive penalty against Navarre. Might have been a face mask penalty. And it's going to it's not going to be 4th down. It's actually going to be 3rd and 1 as they move the ball inside Raider territory down to the 41. It's a 15-yard penalty, but they needed 16. So 3rd and 1 coming up for Pine Forest on Navarre's 4th penalty of the first quarter. That was a big one as the Raiders had stopped them and forced a 4th and 16. Clardy in the shotgun, Lewis behind him. It's going to be a handoff and nowhere to go on a big tackle for loss. Trying to see what number. That was number 48 coming in. That's Isaiah Hayward with the tackle for loss. Loss of 6 to Lewis. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. Tackle for loss for Isaiah Hayward. And that was the last play of the first quarter. We'll take a commercial break and we'll be back after 1. 6-3 Pine Forest over Navarre on JockJive.com. This is Irish Bill, and we'll be right back.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Irish Bill back at Bennett Russell Stadium. 4th and 7. 4th and a long 6 for Pine Forest. They're bringing in opponent Bryce Alderman, number 16. It's a good snap. And if they had any type of rush, that would have been blocked because he mishandled the snap back, but Dante Wright's going to call a fair catch at the 15. The Raiders will take over 1st and 10 right there on the fair catch by Dante Wright. 6-3 is your score. As it looks like the rain is starting to clear out of here. That's just one of those storms that pops in and pops right back out, but does a little bit of damage while it's here. And it's 1st and 10 Navarre as Courtney brings the offense back out onto the field. It's going to be a handoff and a nice gain over the 15 out to the 19 for Chris Williams. Gain of 4 will bring up 2nd and 6. 7 carries on the game for 18 yards for Williams. Raiders with 48 yards of offense in the first quarter. Pine Forest with 90, most of it on that 82-yard touchdown pass. Courtney looks over the sideline as they changed the signal, the play call, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the Raider 19. It's 11:16 on the clock here in the first half. It's going to be a handoff over the 20, off right tackle. It's going to get out to the 23-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of 4. It looks like, again, out to the 23-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and a long 2 for Navarre from the 23. 6-3 Pine Forest here in the second quarter early on. Courtney in the shotgun. Chris Williams to his right. And he's got a Raider first down, still on his feet. He breaks over the 40. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, inside the 25, and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A 67-yard run by Chris Williams has the Raiders deep in Pine Forest territory as he went off left tackle behind Elijah Melendez and Bryson Garner over there on the left side. And a 67-yard gain for Williams and a Raider first down. As he went right behind, that was behind Chavez Moon over there. Courtney in a shotgun. It's going to be handoff to Antonio. He's inside the 10. He's going to sneak on down to the 6 for a gain of 4. It looks like it's going to be end goal. Actually, no, they can get a first. No, they have taken away the down marker, so it is end goal. 2nd and 6. 2nd and goal at the 6. Navarre looking to get their first lead of the ball game here. 9:50 on the clock. Pine Forest 6, Navarre 3. Wright's going to go in motion. And Courtney's going to mishandle the snap. Actually, they kind of messed up the play, and he's going to lose 5 back to the 11. You had Wright going from right to left, and you had Chris Williams going the other way, and Courtney kind of ran into him, and he just had to eat it. And he loses 5 on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 11. Courtney in the shotgun. It's going to be Dante Wright on the... And what a move inside. It's a Raider touchdown as Dante Wright faked out the corner, and he goes in for 6 on the far sideline. And the Raiders have their first lead of the night. From 11 yards out, they did the old wide receiver as they ran the ball to Chris Williams to the right, and he pitched it to Dante Wright, and he beat 2 defenders into the end zone. And the Raiders on the board from 11 yards out with Dante Wright's 8th touchdown of the season. And right in for the extra point. And we have offsides coming up. A penalty against Pine Forest. And I'm sure they'll decline it. Or they'll offsides defense. The Raiders are going to decline. They're going to move it up a couple of yards. It's going to end up being about a 2-yard penalty. The Raiders will be kicking the extra point from the 8. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So Wright has all 10 points for the Raiders here on this night, and they have a 10-6 lead here with 9:01 to go here in the opening half. The Raiders have taken the lead for the first time, 10-6. What a beautifully ran play as Courtney handed off to Chris Williams. He came to the right, and he pitched it back to Dante Wright, who went from right to left and faked out a Pine Forest defender and got into the end zone on a nifty move at about the 3-yard line. And Wright will be kicking off here. He plays corner on defense, corner and safety, and he plays wide receiver on offense. He kicks off. He returns kicks and punts. He says the team prayer before games. There's not anything that this young man can't do. Wright going from the north end zone, getting ready to put toe on leather. I'm sure we'll have another directional kick coming up here. 10-6 Navarre here early on in the second quarter with 9:01. And this is actually going to be a deep kick, and it's going to get into the end zone for a touchback. Nice kick by Dante Wright, and it's a touchback, 62 yards into the end zone. Remember, the Raiders had won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Right now, their defense has really stiffened up after that second play of the game that went 82 yards for a touchdown. And the Pine Forest offense comes back out on the field, led by junior quarterback Ladarius Clardy. Clardy in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver, but he falls incomplete as he throws it at his feet, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. 8:55 on the clock here in the opening half. 10-6 Navarre. The scoring is 82-yard pass from Clardy to Hill. Kick no good. Dante Wright with a 29-yard field goal and 11-yard run for a score and the extra point. 10-6 Navarre. You're caught up, folks. 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the top of the screen. Lewis to the right of Clardy. It's going to be handoff to Lewis, and he is going nowhere as he's met by the Raider defense back at the night. And there was no whistle blown. No whistle blown, and the Raiders take the ball away. Looks like they had stopped Lewis at about the 19-yard line, and the pile surged up to about the 24, and the Raiders took the ball away. And they're going to have great field position once again. That's the second takeaway for the Raiders defense. And they're going to take over at the Pine Forest 24-yard line. Not sure who's putting on the gloves, but that looks like Josh Carter with the fumble recovery. He's putting on the gloves here, the takeaway gloves, the big play gloves. And the Raiders have 1st and 10 at the Pine Forest 24-yard line with 8:47 to go and a 10-6 lead here in the second quarter. This Irish Bill on JockJive.com on the camera tonight. My good friend Tim Keene. 1st and 10 Navarre. The receiver's into the end zone. If it's going to be be incomplete on a nice coverage out there by Devin Witherspoon. Devin will be headed to a Division I team once he is a senior this year, so you'll be seeing him on a Division I roster somewhere next fall. And great coverage there in the secondary by Devin Witherspoon. Second and 10 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 24 on their second takeaway of the night. Wright's going to go in motion. He's not going to get the handoff. It's going to be straight up the middle handoff. Chris Williams on the 5-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Williams with 10 carries for 94 yards. A big 67-yard run to set up the 11-yard touchdown run by Dante Wright. Caballero in, Anderson back out. They're going to line up Caballero in right to the near side. Tyler England to the top of the screen. Chris Williams in the backfield. And your H-back, Fernando Gomez. Gomez is going to split out to the left. They're going to throw a quick hitter to the outside. And it's going to be Garen Finley. Actually, Tyler England is going to get to Raider first down depending on the spot. Looks like it's right at the first down marker. If it is, it's going to be a 5-yard gain to Tyler England. But we're going to check on the spot here coming up, folks. And it's going to be, they're going to give him 4 on the catch. So it's going to bring up 4th and a half a yard. And they're bringing in the jumbo package. That is one of 6'4", 288-pound defensive end, now tight end, Jordan Jefferson, and Joshua Carter in at running back. So they're going to line up Gomez in the H-back on the right side, Josh Carter to the left of Marlon Courtney, and I believe the Raiders are going to take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout with them with 7:11 on the clock. Navarre 10, Pine Forest 6 on JockJive.com. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229.
Irish Bill back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium on homecoming night. 10-6 Navarre with 7:11 on the clock here in the second quarter. Navarre with a 4th and a half a yard at the Pine Forest 15.5-yard line as they took over the ball at the 24, about just inside the 25-yard line. Raiders coming at 4th and a half a yard. They're going to split 2 receivers to the top of the screen. They're going to move Jefferson from left to right on the right end. It's going to be Courtney on the keeper for Raider first down inside the 15 and all the way down to the 10 for a gain of 5 and a Raider first down. Nice play by Courtney as he read it right and got the Raiders a first down. First and goal for the Raiders right at the 10-yard line. Right inside the 10. The nose of the football is across the 10. First and goal for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 9.5-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Williams over the right side. He's going to cut back down inside to the 6-yard line where he's going to pick up 4. It's going to bring up second and goal at the 6. With that carry, he's 98 yards in the half. And there's a offensive lineman, it looks like, down for the Raiders here on the near side, about the 6-yard line. Not going to speculate here. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with 6:42 on the clock. Navarre 10, Pine Forest 6.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Irish Bill and Tim Keene back here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium's 10-6 Navarre with 6:42 to go in the half. And let's go over to our scoreboard here where we got a moment. And we'll get some area scores coming up here. If my my iPhone will cooperate with me. Choctaw and Pace 14-14 second quarter. 21-7 Crestview over West Florida. And we're going to have 2nd and 6 from the 6 when we come back. 2nd and goal from the 6. At the actually in third quarter early, Champagnat Catholic 7, Niceville 0. Mosley 28, Fort Walton Beats 0. Washington trailing Gulf Breeze at the half 21-14. And we're going to have 2nd and goal. It's going to be a pitch back. They're going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6 coming up. And Chris Williams, no gain on his 12th carry. 12 carries for 98 yards. But the big 67-yarder set up the Raider touchdown. And Dante Wright finished it off from 11 yards out. 10-6 Navarre, 5:56 on the clock. Raiders 3rd and goal at the Pine Forest 6 after they took over on the turnover at the 24. They're going to split right and England to the top of the screen. Gomez, your H-back. Chris Williams, your running back. He had a receiver wide open, and he's going to throw an interception. He had a receiver wide open in the end zone, and he's got to throw that a little bit sooner, and he throws a pick. And Pine Forest answers right back with a turnover of their own. 2nd pick of the night for Courtney. And that one he just held on way too long. And Pine Forest is going to take over at their 20. He had 2 receivers wide open on that on the left side, right near the sideline. And Garen Finley, I believe that was number 6, standing about the A in the end zone. On this end of the field, that spells Navarre, the first A. But Pine Forest takes over on the turnover. 10-6 Navarre here in the second quarter, 5:27 on the clock. We are at the water break here as Mother Nature assured that we had plenty of water here in the first quarter. And the Raiders are on top 10-6 in a tightly contested ball game, which we thought coming in this game would be tight. And it has been that way thus far. But the Raiders gave away a great scoring opportunity right there at 1st and goal at the 10 and turned the ball over on the interception. And Clardy brings the offense back. First and 10 from the 20, 5:27 on the clock. Clardy back to pass. And he's going to get hit from behind. And it's going to be an incompleted pass. Great pressure from the right side by number 41, Peyton Law. It's going to be a quarterback hurry for Law. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. He came from his right end position. Snuck up close to the line of scrimmage. Outside linebacker. And he puts the pressure on Clardy. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Clardy into shotgun. They're going to run the option play. And Clardy's going to slip out to the 25-yard line for a gain of 5. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5. He went to plant, and his feet went right out from underneath him. Scott Weaver checking in from Orlando. Thanks, Scott. Third and 5 for the Eagles. 3 receivers to the near side. He's going to feel pressure, and He had a receiver wide open, and it's going to be completed for a big gain inside the Raider 30, down to the, still on his feet. And he's going to get down to the 20, actually down to the 18, where they're going to spot the ball. Great throw by Clardy, and Pine Forest is in business at the Raider 18 as he found Eric Young all the way down to the 18-yard line. A 57-yard pass play to Young. And the big play urged the Raiders again. 57-yard pass to Young. 1st and 10 at the Raider 18. Clardy's going to hand off to Chester, and he's going to get, but there's a holding. Bring it back, folks. Holding on the right side by the wide receiver. And it's going to bring, they're going to bring it back. Number 23 is Chester. Number 25 is Lewis. They're going to bring it back. There's Malik Chester on the carry.
10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. So make it first down.
First in, let's call it first in 21 from the 29. Clardy in the shotgun. 4:03 on the clock, 10-6 Navarre. Clardy back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking for a receiver in the end zone. Almost intercepted on a nice play by Cameron Thomas or Matthew Downey. 28 or 26. I think that was 28. That was Downey. And it's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 21. We're at the 29-yard line, 3:53 on the clock. Pine Forest has a second, and let's call it 2nd and 20. At the 28. Clardy in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to break out, and he's going to go in for 6. 28 yards out. Clardy made a beautiful move at the line of scrimmage. It goes in from 28 yards out for the touchdown. At the 3:45 mark, and the clock keeps running. I don't know why they keep running that clock. You have an official over there running the clock, and the clock is still running. And the clock continues to run. They are not going to stop the clock. And did he step out of bounds, or did they give him a touchdown? It is a touchdown. That's what I thought. And the clock ran off about 22 seconds. At the 3:32 mark, and it's now at 3:10. 28-yard run by Clardy. And they are going for 2, folks. They're going to call timeout. We'll take a timeout. 12-10, Pine Forest over Navarre here in the second quarter. And let's stay right here, folks. (12-10) as Pine Forest takes the ball 80 yards, mainly on the 2 plays. 28-yard run by Clardy, 57-yard pass play to Eric Young. And the Raiders take a prime scoring opportunity and hand it right back to Pine Forest, and Pine Forest takes advantage of it and drives 80 yards. Pine Forest is going to come out for a 2-point conversion here momentarily. 12-10, Pine Forest. That was a shifty move by Clardy right there at the line of scrimmage. He made 2 Raiders miss, and he was off to the end zone. They're going to run a kind of a messed up formation here. Only the center and the two players to the right of the ball, and there's about 6 to the left. And Clardy's in the backfield with Anwar Lewis. Unless they're going to run the old swinging gate here. The 2-point conversion coming up for Pine Forest. They're going to open up the field, and he is going to fumble the ball, and the Raiders are going to stop the 2-point conversion. No good. And it's 12-10 Pine Forest with 3:45 on the clock here in the second quarter. I'm still looking back. I was sorry to keep dwelling back on Navarre's last possession, but they had great opportunity. First and goal at the 9.5-yard line and turn it over on the interception. And good defensive teams will take advantage of that, and Pine Forest did just that by going 80 yards. And for the score, a 28-yard run from Ladarius Clardy. And then they're going to mark off a penalty on the kickoff. It must have been on the scoring play. There was a 15-yard penalty against Navarre, which will allow Pine Forest to kick off from Navarre's 45-yard line. Navarre's 5th penalty of the night. 3:45 on the clock, 12-10 Pine Forest over Navarre. A big defensive battle here early on. That kick is going to go to the 10-yard line to Dante Wright. He's going to sprint to the outside. He's going to cut back inside the middle. He's going to get out over the 15, out to the 19-yard line. It's going to be a return of 11 on the kickoff. And the Raiders will have 1st and 10 from their own 19 with 3:33 on the clock, trailing 12-10. Courtney brings the offense back out. Chris Williams in the backfield. Caballero and Wright to the near side. England to the top of the screen. 1st and 10 Navarre from their own 19. It's going to be a handoff to Williams. He's going to get out over the 20, out to the 25-yard line. A little nice dive play out to the 25 for a gain of 6, which puts Chris over the 100-yard mark for the game at 104 on 13 carries. Actually, they're only going to give him 5 on the play. Second and 5, 3:10 on the clock. They did put the time back on the clock, Tim. We're down to 3 minutes. Courtney's going to hit Dante Wright. He's going to try to cut back, and he had the first down, and he's going to be down at the 28. That's going to be a gain of 4 to Wright. The second catch on the night for 12 yards. That's going to bring up third and about 1.5. 2:48 on the clock. Clock winding here in the first half. Courtney looks over to the sideline, changes up the play. There's going to be a handoff to Williams, and it looks like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He's going to give him 1, and that's going to bring up 4th and 2. The Raiders keeping the offense on the field here. Nope, they're going to send out the punt team for the second time tonight. Jacoby Smith. Jacoby in for a second punt. First one went 34 yards. 2:30 on the clock. We're going to go to a timeout as the teams go to a timeout. Actually, no. They're just changing out the personnel. And the Raiders are bringing the offense back out on the field. Maybe to try to draw them off sides or, well, let's see what they got. Coach Walls has up his sleeve here. And it is 4th down. There was an illegal shift on the play. So the Raiders thought it was still 3rd down, but it's actually 4th down. And out comes the personnel once again. The punt team out. The punt return for Pine Forest as they lead 12-10 here late in the second quarter with 2:30 on the clock. Jacoby standing on his own 13-yard line. Nice snap. Nice punt. Beautiful punt. It's going to sail over the head of the receiver, and it's going to be down around the 22-yard line. Best punt of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Jacoby Smith, down to the 22-yard line. A 50-yard punt. It was a beautiful punt. They're at their own 28, and it comes to rest on the 22 of Pine Forest. Pine Forest will have 1st and 10 with 2:19 on the clock. A 12-10 lead here on the road at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. This is Irish Bill doing the play-by-play and color, and on the camera, my good friend Tim Keene, bringing you all the beautiful shots here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Homecoming night here at Navarre. 4-0 Navarre against 3-0 Pine Forest. Clardy brings the offense back out. Anwar Lewis to his right. Turner's going to come into the slot. And the official calls a halt to the action. Against Pine Forest. That's going to back him up. I don't know what the play was. Maybe an illegal substitution. As they had changed personnel after the everyone came to the line of scrimmage. So it might be an illegal substitution. It's going to move the ball back to about the 10-yard line. So that's going to be about an 11-yard penalty. Clardy back to pass. And he's just going to throw it away. Nice heads-up play there by Clardy. As he was out of the pocket, actually they're gonna drop a flag. He had no intended receiver over there, so it looks like they're going to call intentional groundings. That's what they're going to do, and loss of down. And that's going to be moving them back even further back to the 5.
Let's go, Mitch.
That's going to bring up 2nd and about 25 as they need to get out to the 32. They're down at the 5, or actually inside the 5, down to the, where are they going to spot that ball at there, Tim? Looks like it's down to about the 2-yard line. That's an 8-yard penalty instead of a 5-yard penalty. And that's going to move the ball all the way back to the 2. And they need to get out to the 32, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 30 with 2:12 on the clock. And the Raider defense trying to hold and maybe try to get some more points back here for the Raiders to head into the halftime lead. It's going to be 2nd and 30. Clardy in his own end zone. He's going to come out. He's going to keep it out over the 5, out over the 10. Actually, he's going to get out to about the 8. It's going to be a gain of 6. It's going to bring up 3rd and 24 from the 8. 1:50 on the clock and counting here in the first half. Pine Forest 12, Navarre 10. You're listening to live action And we're going to have a timeout. We'll take a timeout with you. But before we do, we got a shout-out coming up. My lovely wife and daughter, Brooke, are sitting in the Atlanta airport waiting to head up to Chicago, and they are watching the game on JockJive.com. So I want to give a shout-out to them before we go. We're going to actually stay right here, folks, as we're going to stay right here, 1210 Pine Forest on JockJive.com. Referees are talking amongst themselves at about the 6-yard line. Probably trying to decide where they're going to go out to eat after the ball game. And I can tell you right now, folks, there's not a whole lot of places open in Navarre. But if you want to go to a really good one, there's a couple of them. You have Johnny Houston's over on 98, solid. Stripes over on 98, solid. And no, they aren't sponsors, but hey, from a guy that likes to eat, I got to give props to the places that feed me. They're going to line 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top of the screen. 3rd and 24 coming up for Pine Forest from their own 8. 1:50 on the clock. Clardy standing about his own 2-yard line. Lewis to his right. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a big gain. And he's going to go out just inside the original yardage marker, and it's going to bring up 4th and 10. So he's going to pick up 14, which will give him some room to punt the ball out of there. 4th and 10 from the 22 with 1:42 on the clock. Actually, 1:43 on the clock as he stepped out of bounds and did the Raiders a favor. Bryce Alderman in to punt for the 2nd time tonight for Pine Forest. Both teams with 2 punts on the night. Nice snap. And they're going to block it. They're going to block it, and the Raiders going to recover. Raiders are going to recover on the block. It was a high snap, and the Raiders defense steps up once again on the block punt, their 3rd block kick of the year. And the Raiders are going to come up with the ball at about the 21, 22-yard line. A blocked 1st down Raiders with 1:36 on the clock. And the defense definitely stood up right there, folks. They said, we are going to take this ball back for our offense. And Marlon Courtney is going to come out and bring the Raider offense back onto the field. They're going to send Wright and England to the top of the screen. 2 receiver set. Chris Williams is your running back to the right. Fernando Gomez, your H-back to the left and in front of Marlon Courtney. 1st and 10 Navarre at the Pine Forest 21. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams. He's going to try to get to the outside, and he's going to get close to a Raider 1st down to the 13. He's going to pick up 8, and he'll bring 2nd and 2 on the 8-yard gain by Williams on his 15th carry, 112 yards. Actually, they're going to give him 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1. As the Raiders special teams blocked the punt. Their 2nd block punt of the season, 2nd in a row. Last week they did it to Choctaw, got a safety. This one got him a 1st down. And they're looking to put points on the board before we go to the half, trailing 12-10. It's going to be Chris Williams up through the middle, still on his feet, and into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. And put 6 on the board. Williams from 12 yards out, and the Raiders are back out on top, courtesy of their defense. And the running of Chris Williams. A 12-yard run by Williams. And the Raiders back on the board before the half ends. At the 123 mark, they actually made short work there, only 3 plays, 21 yards. Actually, that was only 2 plays, 21 yards. At the 123 mark, Williams in with the touchdown run. They're going to go for 2. And it's going to be incompleted on the 2-point conversion. As they tried to do that little jump, Tim Tebow jump pass. I know you're a Gator fan, aren't you? I want to see that, the look on his face. No, Tim is an Alabama fan. I just wanted to do that to see the look on Tim's face. when I said that. But it's going to be a 12-yard run, and the Raiders have themselves a 16-12 lead. Both teams going for two-point conversions on this wet field night after the rain came down there late in the first quarter. And Dante Wright will be coming out to put toe on leather to get this remainder of this first half underway. I'd like to do another shout out for Phil Williams' grandson, Cole Daniels. It's his 12th birthday, and we got the game on in the living room. Happy birthday there, Cole. I don't remember 12. That was way too long ago for me. Dante Wright getting ready to put toe on leather. He had a touchback on his last kick. They'll do a directional kick that's going to come down at the 30. And they're going to hold him down to a 4-yard return, a 30-yard directional kick. And Pine Forest will have 1:18 on the clock and a first down at their own 34-yard line. First and 10 coming up for Pine Forest from their own 34. Clardy back on the field. The Raider defense and special teams set up that Raider touchdown by Chris Williams on the block punt. 1:18 on the clock. Clardy in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. And he's going to feel pressure. And he's going to take off and run, and he's going to slip out to the 49, and a rather slippery 5-yard gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 as we've reached 1 minute of the play here in the first half. They're going to split 3 receivers to the top of the screen, single to the near side. Running back in there now is number 25. It looks like Lewis. They're going to hit it quick hitter to the outside. And he's going to get out of bounds in Raider territory down to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 16 to number 7, Terenzo Turner. His first catch of the night. And a Pine Forest first down. Their first of the second quarter. First and 10 at the Raider 45. 37 ticks on the clock here in the second quarter on homecoming night here at Navarre. First and 10. Clardy back to pass. He's got a receiver across the middle, and it's tipped and knocked down by Jordan Jefferson. He's got some big yards. Clardy does 4 of 9, but 150 yards, and 2 of those 139 yards on 2 big plays. One went in for a score, and the other one set up their second score with 34 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10. Pine Forest at the Raider 45-yard line. Clardy in the shotgun. Running backs to his left. Got a receiver. It's going to be almost intercepted by Cameron Thomas, but it's going to fall incomplete. The Raiders with 182 yards offense. Pine Forest with 225. Raiders with 146 on the ground. Only 36 passing yards so far. The Eagles are going to call their second timeout of the half. And we're going to stay right here, folks, as we're down to 30.3 seconds to go here in the opening half. Navarre 16 and Pine Forest 12. Pine Forest came into this game only giving up 9 points a game, and the Raiders have already surpassed that. The Raiders come in averaging 45.5 per game. Pine Forest 31.3. And the wet turf has kind of caused a little change in direction of the play calling here on both sides. Third and 10 coming up for Pine Forest. Defensive front out there, Alex Gilchrist, Jacoby Smith, and Jordan Jefferson. Carter in there as well at linebacker. Third and 10. Clardy back to pass. And it's going to be intercepted by Carter. He's going to get out to the 42-yard line. What a beautiful interception. That's his second on the season. What an interception by Josh Carter. And the Raiders are going to take over on the interception. The third turnover of the ball game. And this one, the pick by Josh Carter. What a beautiful read by Carter as he stepped right in front of the Clardy pass. Raiders first and 10 from their own 42. 28.2 seconds on the clock. That's going to be a big pass play. The Raiders inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Trying to see which receiver that was. Was it Finley or was it England? It was Finley. And they're going to move the ball down to the 21-yard line. 37-yard gain to Finley. And the Raiders first and 10 at the Pine Forest 21-yard line on the 37-yard pass. Courtney back to pass. And it is going to be incomplete. So a big 37-yard pass, and the Raiders are back in scoring position once again. That one to Garen Finley, a big hitter down the left side.
15 seconds left.
Raiders with second and 10 at the back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to take off a run and gain 1. Actually, they're going to spot it right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, third and 10 at the 21.
Marlon Courtney steps out of bounds.
The Raiders defense steps up again. This one, the interception by Carter, and he returns at about 6 yards. Third and 10. And he's going to go down. And that might be the last play of the first half. We're going to go to the half, and Navarre leads at the half, 16 to 12. We are at the half. And we're going to take a lengthy commercial break so I can take a break. We'll be right back, folks. Enjoy the halftime festivities. Easy for me to say, right? And Navarre has the lead at the half, to 12. This Irish Bill, Tim Keene on the camera. We'll be back for second half action here after the intermission.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, Before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
We are at the half here on homecoming night at Navarre. 16-12 Navarre with the lead at the half. The Raider defense, Tim, has really stepped up their second quarter and limited Pine Forest. Tim Keene, our cameraman tonight. He's a man of few words, if any at all. Thanks, Tim, once again for coming out tonight and helping me with the camera. And we are here at homecoming. They are announcing the court right now, and I'm sure we will have our winner here momentarily. And let's go to our halftime statistics. Let's start with Pine Forest in the game. 4 of 11 passing for Ladarius Clardy for 150 yards, a touchdown and an interception. 82 yards for Hill, 16 yards for Terenzo Turner, and 52 yards on 2 catches for Eric Young. On the ground, Clardy doing it himself, 80 yards on 9 carries. 150 yards through the air for Pine Forest, 75 on the ground for 225 yards in the first half. The Raiders, Marlon Courtney, 7 of 12 for 69 yards and 2 interceptions. His receivers, 1 catch for Garen Finley there at the end of the half for 37. 2 for 14 for Tyler England. 2 for 12 for Dante Wright. And 2 for 10 for Quinn Caballero. On the ground, it's mainly been the Chris Williams show. 16 carries, 125 yards and a score. 11 yards for Marlon Courtney on the ground and 10 yards for Dante Wright. And the Raider defense has turned the ball over 3 times. And then they blocked a punt as well. So let's go over our scoring plays in the first half. The second play from scrimmage. And the Pine Forest goes 82 yards through the air. It's a short little screen pass to the wide receiver. 82 yards later, Pine Forest had a 6-0 lead as the extra point was wide left. Raiders would get on the board at the 4:20 mark, a 29-yard field goal by Dante Wright, and they trailed 6-3 heading to the second quarter. Navarre would get their first lead, this one on an 11-yard run by Dante Wright. His extra point was good, and the Raiders had a 10-6 lead. The Raiders were driving, but they turned the ball over in Pine Forest's end zone, and Pine Forest went 80 yards, and at 3:32 took the lead back at 12-10 as a 2-point conversion was no good. And then the Raiders would score one more time, a 12-yard run by Chris Williams. 2-point conversion no good, and that is our score at the half, 16-12. We're going to go back out to commercial break. This Irish Bill on JockJive.com. We'll be right back, folks. Actually, let's go out to the field, and they're announcing our homecoming king is Dante Wright. Is that who it? That does not surprise me one bit. As I told you, Tim, he does everything else for this football team in this high school. And he'll be committed to Tulane to further his football and educational career. And your homecoming queen coming up for Navarre.
2017 homecoming queen.
2018. Oh, they're announcing last year's.
Majoring in biology and political science. Miss Caitlin Joyner.
Caitlin Joyner, 2017 homecoming queen for Navarre. And your 2018.
Before we announce the queen here, one final round of applause for all these lovely ladies.
And I have no clue which direction this is going to go.
Alexi, Ashley, Pinoka, and Megan.
And your homecoming queen coming up here.
All right, ladies and
But the
gentlemen,
king, Dante Wright.
your 2018 homecoming queen for Navarre High School is Miss Pinoka Palmer.
I didn't catch the name there, Tim. And your homecoming queen. Well, I'm sure you'll read about that on Facebook here momentarily. But your halftime score, Navarre 16, Pine Forest 12, is homecoming celebrations here at Navarre High School. And we're going to head it back out for commercial break. We'll be back with second half action coming up here momentarily.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229.
Yeah, Navarre Raiders, stand up. Get on your feet, mad child, baby. You know, who wanna rumble with the Raiders? Let's go, yeah, let's go. Navarre Raiders, get up, let's go. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, you don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Hey, yo, it's lights out. When whenever they turn the lights on. Enough with the talking, baby boy, the fight's on. You wanna rumble with the Raiders? Listen, it's nothing, baby, we running through you haters. And you can hate us, cause we keep chips on our shoulder. You know why we the best, but now we gotta show you. Listen, better watch how you approach us. Y'all bugs to us and we'll stump you cockroaches. Simple and plain, quit is what you should really do. Put your game face on, it's about to get physical. This here's a game of strength, patience, determination. And you can never win if you lack in the motivation. And now you heard it from the source. Losing is not an option, you can hear it in our voice. We only play this game to win, and we gon' put it on the line every time and every chance we get. Cause we may never get this chance again. So when you rumble with the Raiders, understand you on the field with men. Why play if you ain't playing to win? You just wasting the greatest time. Listen, shall I say it again? Yeah. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, come on, come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, come on, come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, come on. Rumble with the Raiders.
Back at the half, Navarre 16-12 over Pine Forest. Got rather lengthy first half with the halftime festivities. Homecoming night here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. And both teams warming up. Pine Forest in the north end zone, Navarre down in their south end zone. The Raiders will receive the opening kick as they won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So they will get the ball to start the second half here, coming up with a 16-12 lead. Time to put the old phone on the old charger as we're down to 10%. Phone is my livelihood during a broadcast. The Raiders warming up, as I said, down in the south end zone. 16-12 lead. Both teams went for 2-point conversions on their last scores, and both were unsuccessful. Chris Williams leading the Raider offense, 16 carries, 125 yards, and a score in the first half. But the Raider defense has been the story. 3 takeaways and a block punt has kept Pine Forest off the board more than what their 12 points is reflected up there. And here comes your Raiders out of the south end zone. Ready for a big second half matchup here with Pine Forest, up 16-12. Got to bring the old score sheet back up to start the second half here. The Raiders with 171 yards of offense there in that second quarter, 219 for the game. Pine Forest with 135, 225 yards. So pretty close in yardage for both teams. 225 to 219. They do it kind of different ways. Pine Forest 150 yards passing, 75 rushing. Navarre was 73 passing and 146 rushing. Most of that 146 is 126 by Chris Williams on 16 carries. Wright and Williams with the touchdowns for Navarre. Wright with a field goal as well. And the Raiders back deep. Dante Wright and it looks like Tyler England back there as well. Actually, no, that's not Tyler. That is, I'll get his number here in just a second. That is Evan Gorley back there with Dante. That might not even be Dante. I haven't seen the number from afar, but it does look like Dante over there on the far side. We're getting ready to get this half started. Pine Forest kicking off from the north end zone. And we are underway here in the third quarter. It's a line drive kick. It's going to take a big bounce inside the 10. Evan Gorley with the return from the 8. He's going to get out to the 26-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of 8 and a return of 18 for Evan Gorley. And the Raiders will have 1st and 10. They're actually going to spot the ball right at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for Navarre with a 16-12 lead. We're just underway here in the third quarter. First and 10, Courtney brings the offense back out on the field. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams. He's got a hole up the middle right behind his center, Coda Taylor. He's going to get out over the 30 to the 32 for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for Navarre out at their own 32-yard line. Second and 4. Williams is going to push the ball and push the line out to the 30. Let's go a little past the 34-yard line. Give him 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. There's a 3rd and a short 2 coming up. Eric Anderson in at tight end on the left side. Twin receivers to the top of the screen. Williams in back of Marlon Courtney. Fernando Gomez as the H-back. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams. He's going to get out to the 35, about a yard short of the first down, and the Raiders will have to send out the punt team. Unless Coach Jay Walls is feeling a little frisky here. And they're going to send out the punt team. Can't give Pine Forest the short field here early on in the second half, which possibly could lead to a momentum change. Jacoby standing on his own 19, awaiting the snap. On his 3rd punt of the night. Pine Forest defense holds. Good snap back to Jacoby. Not quite as distance, but it's going to take a bounce at the 34. Get down inside the 30, all the way down where it comes to rest at the 26-yard line. A 38-yard punt for Jacoby Smith on his 3rd punt of the night. And the Raiders defense back out on the field. First and 10 for the Eagles. Clardy brings the offense back out. And they'll start their first possession in the second half at their own 26-yard line. Clardy in the shotgun. Running back to his right, 3 receivers to the near side. It's going to be a quick hitter. And it's going to be a loss back to the 23-yard line. As he hit Terenzo Turner. It's going to be a loss of 3 to Turner. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 13. Great defensive pressure there by the Raiders. 2nd and 13. Clardy back in the shotgun. Lewis to his right. Trip receivers to the top of the screen. Single to the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Lewis. He's going to get to the outside. And this little speedy back's going to have a Eagle first down out over the 40. Actually right at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 17 for Lewis. And a Eagles first down. Only their 3rd first down of the ball game. And it's going to be at the 40-yard line of their own. 1st and 10. Pine Forest, 9:20 on the clock. 16-12 Navarre. It's going to be Clardy's going to sneak out to his outside. Oh, he almost broke that one. Dante Wright with the tackle. It's going to be a gain out to the 46, a gain of 6 for Clardy. He almost broke that one, folks. Peyton Law actually on the tackle right there. Was right there beside him. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 at the Eagle 46-yard line. Trip receivers to the near side, single to the top. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles at their own 46. Clardy in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a keeper by Clardy. And the Raider defense reads it for no gain. And coming up from, trying to read the number there on the tackle. And it's going to be no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Twin receivers to both sides. Lewison to the left of Clardy. Receiver goes in motion to the near from left to right. It's going to be Clardy on the keeper. He's going to get to the outside and have a big gain down to the Raider 39. A gain of 15 for Clardy and another Pine Forest first down. And with that run, McClarty goes over 100 yards on the game with 101 rushing. And Pine Forest moving the ball on their opening possession of the second half. Sending trips to the near side, single to the top. Lewis to the right of Ladarius Clardy. First and 10 Eagles at the Raider 39. It's going to be a handoff to Lewis. He's going to get to the outside. He's still on his feet, and he's going to get an Eagle for, nope, they're going to spot the ball at the 33-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. Second and 4 for the Eagles at the Raider 34. Eagles moving on down the field here on the run. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a keeper by Clardy, and he's going to lose his towel down at the 28. It's going to be close to a first down. Should be enough to move to change. He gains 5, and it's an Eagles first down. 16-12 Navarre, 7:15 on the clock. The Eagles moving the ball down methodically down the field here on their opening possession of the second half. 1st and 10 at the Raider 28-yard line. Liccardi back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be completed to number 7. That would be Turner. They're going to spot the ball at the 16-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 12 to Turner and another Pine Forest first down. We're going to go to the water break at 6:51 of the quarter. Navarre still on top 16-12, but the Eagles driving. We'll be right back on JockJive.com.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Still at the water break. As we come back here, we'll have a 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Raider. Looks like the Raider 17-yard line. First and 10. They're going to spot it right at the 17. 6:51 on the clock. 16-12 Navarre here in the third quarter. 2 receivers atop the screen, single to the bottom. Lewis to the left of Clardy. It's going to be a handoff on the, no keeper. That's going to be a sack. And that looks like number 48, Isaiah Hayward, all the way back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the sack by Hayward. That's going to bring up 2nd and 13.
Caleb Leggett. Lorella Snow.
Actually, going to lose 4 on the play. Call it 2nd and 14
Payne Smith.
from the Raider 20, just outside the Raider 20.
Thompson.
It's going to be a handoff to the back, Lewis, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. And might get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they're going to spot the ball. Spot the ball back at the 22. So that's going to be a 2-yard loss for Lewis. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 16, all the way back to the 22-yard line. Raiders defense has been standing tall here in their own end of the field here in tonight's game. 3rd and 16. Lewis to the right of Clardy. They're going to split 3 receivers to the near side, single to the top. Trying to spread out the defense a little bit. Look, Clardy back to pass. He's going to roll out. And there's nobody over here. And he is going to have a Pine Forest touchdown on 3rd and 16. Clardy goes in from 22 yards out as the defense broke down on the left side, and Clardy found his lane, and he went into the end zone with a nice move around the 5-yard line. From 22 yards out, Clardy's 2nd touchdown on the night. The Pine Forest is back in the lead at 18-16. .5:52 on the clock here in the 3rd. 22-yard run by Clardy. Extra point is no good, and our score will remain 18-16. No good on the extra point attempt. And we have a back and forth game going on now.
Thank you, Alfies, for providing the team meals for the football program. They provided drinks and 2 meals today. Thank you, Alfies.
We got all kind of things. People thinking that we're the main press box here. We're actually the live broadcast, not the public address. So we get some different requests here at time, Tim. So Pine Forest goes down and score to take the lead back 18-16. What a nice drive there by the Eagles, but they have yet to convert on any of their touchdowns, extra points. 2 missed extra points and a missed 2-point conversion. It's going to be a nice kick. It's going to come down at the 10 by Dante Wright. And he's going to get out over the 25-yard line. See where they're going to spot the ball. Came to rest on the 10. That was Dante with. They're going to spot the ball right at the 30, so it's going to be a 20-yard return on the kickoff for Wright. The Raiders find themselves down only for the 2nd time in the 2nd half, and that is, in fact, the first points that they have given up in the 3rd quarter all year long. The 5th game of the season, and that's the first touchdown and any points. And they're going to mark off a penalty against the Raiders at 10 yards. A crackback block or block below the waist or block below the knees. They used to call it crackback block. I'm not sure what they call that anymore. But that's the first penalty for Navarre here in the 2nd half. 1st and 10 from the 20 for Navarre. 5:44 on the clock, 18-16 Pine Forest. It's going to be a quick hitter to Dante Wright, and he's going to be forced out of bounds for looks like a 1-yard loss. That was actually to Caballero. There's a 1 yard loss, going to bring up 2nd and 11. Chris Williams with the big hitter out over the 25 to the 26. It's going to be a gain of 7. And they'll bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Raiders. 4:54 on the clock. Raiders trail 18-16. 141 yards on the ground for Williams on 20 carries. Courtney in the shotgun. Right and Caballero to the top of the screen. And it's going to fall incomplete as they tried to go to Dante Wright, and he dropped it at the first down marker. And the Raiders are going to have to punt the ball away again. On the incompleted pass. Actually, they're going to send in. They had sent in both of them, England and Jacoby, but Jacoby says, my turn. The Raiders going to be punting the ball away from their own 26. Good snap. And there's going to be a penalty, roughing the punter. And the Raiders going to have a first down. He took a direct route right at the punter. And as a special teams player, you know you have to go in at an angle, because if you miss the ball, you're going to go right into the punter, and that's exactly what happened. And the Raiders going to have a first down on the penalty. Jacoby took a pretty good hit there too, but he's a rather large young man. I'm not saying that in a bad way. He's just very well put together. Let's say it that. But that's going to give the Raiders a first down, 15-yard penalty out. They're going to move the ball out to the 41-yard line. First penalty of the second half, and hopefully the Raiders can take advantage of this 15-yard personal foul penalty. First and 10, Navarre from the 41. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open. Tyler England is going to get behind the secondary. Still on his feet inside the 20. And he's going to spin his way into the ground at the 16-yard line. A 44-yard pass from Courtney to England. And the Raiders are moving the ball. England with his 3rd catch on the night for 57 yards. That was a big one, folks. First and 10 at the Pine Forest 16. It's going to be off left tackle for Chris Williams, still on his feet, inside the 15, down to the 14, give him 2. 2nd and 8. Second and 8 for the Raiders. 143 yards on 21 carries for Chris Williams on the night. One of his best efforts so far here midway through the 2018 campaign. 2nd and 8 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 14. And the Raiders are going to, a bad snap, but it looks like they're going to get back down on it. And it's going to be a loss back to about the 23. It's going to be a 9-yard loss, and that loss goes to the quarterback. Even on the bad snap, the center may get yelled at in practice on Monday, but it goes on the quarterback stat. And it's going to be 3rd and long. Let's call it 3rd and long 16 for the Raiders out to the 23-yard line. And the Raiders trying to get back out on top here. Courtney back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's got a receiver wide open at the 20, inside the 10, and he's going to get inside the 10 for a Raider first down, it looks like. It's going to be close. Down to the 8. It's going to be a gain of 15 to, that looks like Chris Williams. Or is that, yep, that's Chris Williams on the reception. And it's going to be a gain of 15. Nice little screen play there to Chris Williams. And the Raiders in for the second field goal attempt of the night. Dante Wright. This one is going to be from, looks like they're going to spot it at the 15. 25-yard field goal attempt coming up for Wright. And there is a flag on the play. I'm not sure if that's offense or defense. If the defense was lined up. I'm not sure what they're going to call here. They're lined up over the center. They're going to have a procedure call against Navarre. Back it up 5 yards. Still within Dante's range there as the ball will be moved out to the 13, so it will now be a 30-yard field goal attempt. They'll spot the ball down at the 20. 2:17 on the clock. 18-16 Pine Forest. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it looks like it's through. And the Raiders are back on the board. This one from 30 yards out, right with the field goal. And the Raiders have put themselves back out on top. There's a penalty on the play. See who it's going to, looks like it's going to be against Pine Forest. And don't take points off the board, as my dad always told me, unless that will give the Raiders an automatic first down, which I don't believe it will. It is a personal foul, but will it 15 yards from the 20, actually from the 13? That'll be half the distance to the goal. That will be right down around the first down marker, and it could give the Raiders a first down. That's depending on the spot. Should move it down to about the 6-yard line, and we may have a spot once they mark it off, or the Raiders are just going to take the points. And that's what they're going to do, folks. They're just going to take the points. And the Raiders back out on top. A 30-yard field goal from Dante Wright at 2:08. The Raiders have a 19-18 lead. At 2:08 on the clock. 30-yard field goal from Wright. That looked pretty solid kick for a young man that doesn't kick all the time. And the Raiders back out on top, 19-18. Second field goal on the night for Wright to go with a touchdown and an extra point. So that's got 13 of the Raiders' 19 points. They still haven't put the 3 points on the board yet. And Wright will be kicking off once again. Don't know what the hesitation is. So the Raiders take advantage of the running into the kicker penalty, and they take the lead 19-18. And the scoreboard is right now 19-18. Wright getting ready to put toe on leather. Matt and Lonnie checking in from Flintwood. Mike's out officiating. He's up in pace tonight. And a nice return by Pine Forest out over the 40. Caballero with the tackle on special teams. And Pine Forest is going to have pretty good, darn good field position out to the 42. See if we can get other scores coming up here soon. We'll get our scoreboard updated here in 6A. Pine Forest first and 10 from their 42, 2:01 on the clock. 19-18 Navarre. We're going to push him back. It's going to be a big loss out of bounds. And that's on where Lewis is going to be all the way back to the 35. It's going to be a loss of 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 17. Your defensive front for the Raiders, Jacoby Smith, Mitchell Hunt, and Jordan Jefferson. Your linebackers, Xavier Thomas, Peyton Law, Isaiah Hayward, and Josh Carter. Nathan Cruz, Cameron Thomas, Matthew Downey, and Quinn Caballero are your defensive backfield for the Raiders. And we're going to go to timeout. Pine Forest. And that'll be their first one used here in the second half. And we're going to have 2nd and long coming up here. Let's see if we can get back to the scoreboard here. Pace over Choctaw, 31-28 in the fourth quarter. Milton over Tate, 28-21 in the third. Niceville final over Champagnat Catholic, 16-10. We're going to have 2nd and 17 here momentarily. And let's see if we can find some more scores here. Crestview trailing West Florida Tech in the fourth quarter, 35-34. What a game going on over there in Crestview. Mosley 41, Fort Walton Beach 14. 2nd and 17 for the Eagles from their own 35. 1:56 on the clock, 19-18 Navarre. Carty's going to look to pass. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to be tracked down by Peyton Law. Law holds him up, and the rest of the Raiders finish him off. Back at the 33, it's going to be a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 19. Law almost ran him down from behind. He fought the Law, and the Law won. I had to use that one. Eventually through the season, you know you got to use that one. Well, the Law came up a little bit short in that one. 3rd and 19 for the Eagles from their own 30. They're going to spot it back at the 32, so let's call it 3rd and 20. Clardy back to pass. He's getting no pressure. He's going to roll out. He's got no receivers wide open. He's going to come over to the near side. And he's going to get out ran, but he's going to go out of bounds at the 42, back to the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 10, but it'll be 4th and 10. A lot of running there for just 10 yards. He went from the left side of the field to the right side, back to the end zone, out to the 40. Hard to keep up with these young men these days. They're just too darn quick. 4th and 10 for the Eagles, so the Raiders defense holds. I got West Florida Tech because Crestview was up 2 touchdowns in that ball game, and now they're down 1 at home. A high snap. He's going to have to roll, and the Raiders are going to take over on the high snap, and that is number 42, Jeffrey Maddox. It was a high snap, and I feel sorry for the punter on those high snaps because you got a choice. You got to either punt it and probably get it blocked, or you just got to run and hopefully you make something out of nothing. And he didn't make something out of nothing. And the Raiders going to have great field position at the Pine Forest 30 with 50.6 left here in the third quarter, and see if they can do something with the short field here. See if we got any other finals here. I haven't seen the Gulf Breeze score of late. They're playing Washington tonight. Chris Williams moves the ball from the 30 on down to the 22. Give him 8 yards. The Raiders come out quick after that muff on the, well, it really wasn't a muff on the punt. It was just the punter had to run. And Pine Forest is going to take its second time out of the half. They're a little flustered over there on the far sideline with 30.1. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. 19-18 Navarre. as we wind down here in the third quarter.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium, 2nd and 2 for the Raiders at the 22. And that's going to be either Chris Williams or Josh Carter in there. He's going to get down near the 20-yard line. It's going to be close to a Raider first down. Chris Williams on the carry. It's going to be third down and about a half a yard. 23 carries on the night. The workhorse for Navarre tonight, 151 yards on 23 carries for Williams. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break along with them. At the end of 3, Navarre 19 and Pine Forest 18 on JockJive.com. We'll be back after this break.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
We're going to lose the picture here momentarily, folks. We got to change out batteries. That should get our picture back here momentarily. There we go. We were running down a little bit low on one of the batteries, so we had to change it out. And we're headed to the fourth quarter, 19-18 Navarre. And they have a third and about a half a yard. And it's going to be Carter on the keeper and in the Wildcat. He's going to get down to about the 19. And he's going to get about 3 on the carry. Raider first down. Nine in the ball game I have him for. Gomez going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose one. Bring up 2nd and 11. Second and 11 for Navarre. This ball kind of slipped out of his hand. Either that or it was tipped. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. The Raiders have been getting down here all day, and they should have a lot more points on the board than what they do right now. But let's see if they can convert here on this 3rd and 11. Courtney in his shotgun. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Caballero down to the near side. Courtney feeling pressure. He's going to roll out to his left. And there's going to be a block in the back. That was easy to call. The receiver came up and blocked the defender in the back. So that's going to negate the first down run by Courtney. That's going to be 3rd and long. It's already 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and longer. It's from the spot foul. It is a spot foul at about the 17-yard line. So they'll move the ball back out to the 27. That's the Raiders' third penalty of the second half. That's going to be third and about 17. Let's call it. Navarre looking to convert to keep this drive going as they lead by the slimmest of margins, 19-18. Wright goes in motion. Courtney back to pass. He's going to throw out to right in the right flat. He's going to get back some yardage before he gets back at the 17-yard line. They're going to go a 12-yard gain to right on the little screen pass. His third catch of the night. The Raiders going to have fourth down coming up from the, looks like it's at about the 18-yard line. So that's going to line up for about a 35-yard field goal for Wright, his third attempt on the night. Garen Finley will be his holder. 35-yard attempt coming up for Dante. Snaps good, holds good, the kick is up. And off the upright, and no good. Off the left upright and skirted out to the left. He had plenty of distance, just off to the left. And the lead will stand at 19-18, and Pine Forest will take over at their own 20-yard line. Take over at their own 20, trailing 19-18. Clardy brings the offense back out. What a game, folks. We knew this would be a tight one. And they have not disappointed. A little sloppy at times, but for the most part, a pretty entertaining game. They're going to run. And his helmet just came off. There was not a face mask. His helmet just came off on the tackles. They might have just got his hand up around the head, but nowhere near. And it's going to be a 5-yard loss on the pass to Lewis. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 15. Clardy in the shotgun, back at his own 15. 10:05 on the clock. Clardy back to pass. And he throws it behind his intended receiver, Eric Young. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15. Try to find Eric Young across the middle. But nice defensive pressure there by the Raiders secondary. Wright and Caballero both playing both ways, playing the corner positions. Caballero to the far side, Wright to the near side. 3rd and 15, Clardy in the backfield by his lonesome. 4 receivers to the top of the screen. And that's going to go over the intended receiver. 4th down coming up. And that will send the punting unit back out for Pine Forest. So both defenses are starting to tighten up here in this fourth quarter. I feel a little bit of pressure of this tight ball game. And hopefully wherever you are listening to, watching tonight, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Whether you're stuck in an airport in Atlanta or out in the woods catching the ball game, I appreciate it no matter where the heck you're at. Alderman back for a punt. It's going to be a fair catch at the 43. The Raiders will have great field position once again at the Pine Forest 43 on the fair catch by Dante Wright. See if the Raiders They need to put 7 on the board to stretch that lead out to at least 8. And they're going to send Wright and England to the top of the screen. Caballero to the near side. Chris Williams in the backfield to the right of Marlon Courtney. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Pine Forest 43-yard line. They're going to run a reverse play to Dante Wright. He's going to get to the outside. They're going to gain minimal yardage down inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 to Wright. 2 speedy players right there on the field of play. Number 21, Devin Witherspoon, and number 5, Dante Wright. Probably the 2 quickest players on the field. And Wright gains 5 and will bring up 2nd and 5. As they're down to the Pine Forest 38. Wright's going to go in motion once again. It's going to be a counter trade to Chris Williams, and he's got a Raider first down inside the 30, all the way down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 10 for Williams and a Raider first down. 161 yards on 25 carries for Chris Williams. Best night of his senior year so far. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Pine Forest 28. Wright goes in motion once again. It's a high snap. And Williams is on the carry, and he is feeling it right now, folks. He's going to get down to 23 for 5 more yards. His 26th carry of the night, 166 yards. And what a job by the big bubbas on the offensive line, opening up holes for their senior running back, Chris Williams. Coda Taylor at center, Garner in at the right guard. Looks like Elijah Melendez has moved to the left guard. Now that is actually Clayton Dillard in there. And your tackles are Elijah Melendez and Jeremiah Chavez Moon. What a job the big bubbas are doing tonight, opening up holes for Chris Williams. And let's go back to the scoreboard. Pace 38, Choctaw 28. Tate and Milton are tied at 28 in the 4th quarter. Crestview, Florida Tech up 35-34. Actually, Crestview just took the lead 40-35. That game's going back and forth. And Pace added another touchdown, 45-28. Gulf Breeze 34, Washington 14. Niceville a winner over Champagnat Catholic, 16-10. As they trailed at the half, 7-0. Mosley in a final over Fort Walton, 41-14. St. Augustine struggling this year. Those 30-plus seniors they lost, they're getting beat again tonight to Bartram Trail, 44-14. That would be their 4th loss on the season. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders at the Pine Forest 23. It's going to be a cutback to Caballero. He puts the ball on the ground, and Pine Forest is going to recover at the 14. Put the ball on the ground after an 8-yard gain. The Raiders' 3rd turnover on the night. A good strip play there by the Pine Forest defensive back. And Pine Forest is going to take over on their own 14-yard line. Three turnovers for both teams. So they're all even in that category now. 8:56 on the clock. Navarre 19, Pine Forest 18. Joe Settle checking in. Thanks, Joe. Niceville game must be over. Clardy's going to run. He's got a big gain. And Carrier's going to try and strip the ball, but to no avail, and it's going to be a first down carry for Clardy out to the 28-yard line, a gain of 14. 145 yards on the ground for Clardy in this game on 18 carries. And he has a Pine Forest first down out to the 28-yard line. 8:30 on the clock and running here in the 4th quarter. What a ball game this has been, folks. Clardy, first down. He's going to hand off. He's going to keep it. And he's going to gain 1 yard out to the 29 on the tackle by Josh Carter. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Eagles from their own 29. 8:08 on the clock and ticking towards that final horn here in the fourth quarter. Second and 9 coming up. They're going to split 3 receivers to the far side. Single to the near side is Trey Mason. Dante Wright covering him. It's going to be Anwar Lewis is going to get back to the line of scrimmage before he is tackled by about 7 Raiders after a 1 yard gain. Lewis has just not really been able to get anything going here in this game. He has 8 carries for 12 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. 3rd and a long 8 for the Eagles from their own 30. Clardy in the shotgun, twins to both sides. He's going to feel pressure, and it's going to be dropped. Well, nice defensive pressure over there by number 25, Gabe Davis. And it's going to fall incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th and 8 with 6:58 on the clock. Good defensive play there by Davis to knock the pass down, or it would have been a first down completion. Alderman back into punt again. Fourth and 8 coming up for the Eagles. It's a good snap. He's going to get this one away. Dante Wright's going to field it out his 37. He's going to break 1 tackle and get out to the 39. On the tackle there by number 43, Angelo Kraft. 2-yard pickup on the punt return by Dante Wright. 1st and 10, Navarre from their 39. Actually, they're going to spot it back to the 38. So give him 1 on the return. A nice play there by Angelo Kraft to keep the speedy Wright from gaining any more yardage. 6:51 on the clock, 1st and 10, Navarre. And water break, and let's take a break along with them at the 6:51 mark of the fourth quarter. Navarre 19 and Pine Forest 18. We'll be back, folks.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Irish Bill back here at Bennessee Russell Stadium. It's homecoming night. And it's been a pretty festive night on the field of play. 19-18, Navarre over Pine Forest. Irish Bill with the call. Tim Keene on the camera tonight. Thanks, Tim, for checking in with us and keeping the people happy out there in Raider Nation. 1st and 10 from the 38. It's going to be Courtney on the keeper, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, maybe he's going to lose a yard or two. Give him a 1 yard loss on that. Bring up 2nd and a long 11. Raiders trying to run a little bit of clock here and put some points on the board and not leave much time for Pine Forest, but Pine Forest is not cooperating. 2nd and 11 for the Raiders from their own 37. Clock winds down to 6:15 here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Williams. He's still on his feet over the 40, out to the 41-yard line. And there isn't a banged-up Pine Forest player, but he gets up. Glad to see he's okay. Number 15, Matrez Rawls. And it's going to be a gain of 4 out to the 41. 170 yards on 26 27 carries for Williams. Clock winding down to 5:43, 5:42, 5:41. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders from their own 41. It's going to be a high snap, and it's going to be Dante Wright. It's going to be about a half yard short of the first down if they spot the ball right where I think they're going to spot it. They're going to gain it out to 47. It's going to be a gain of 6. It's going to be 4th and about, I would say, about 24 inches. And the Raiders are going to send the punt team back out, and that's the right move. Your defense has been stopping them all second half. And send them back out there. And Jacoby Smith's been doing a yeoman's effort down there, punting the ball away. And that one's going to be off the side of his foot. And it's going to be a nice catch over there. It's going to be return from the 20. About a 33-yard punt. So it's going to be good field position for the Eagles out to their 44, and a nice return there by Terenzo Turner. Clardy brings the offense back out on the field, trailing by 1 with 4:37 on the clock. That defense has been on the field a lot here in the second half. It's going to be a handoff, and right up the middle, a nice play and he's got a lot of yardage, and he might take it to the house. And that is going to be Lewis with the touchdown and puts Pine Forest back in the lead from 46 yards out. What a speedy runner that guy was. Number 25, Anwar Lewis with the big touchdown, puts Pine Forest back on the board from 46 yards out at the 4:25 mark. They have pretty much held him all game long until that time right there. And they're in for the extra point, which they have not been very good at all night. But a 46-yard run by Lewis. That one looks up, and it looks like it's finally through. And that puts it up. Their first conversion on a point after touchdown. And it's 25-19. Pine Forest on top here late in the fourth quarter. And Navarre's going to have to find a way to dig deep here on homecoming night. Maybe a big return or Milton up on Tate, 35-34. Thanks for the update, Joe. Joe Settle giving me some score updates. Joe, good friend of mine from Niceville. He's on the chain gang over there at Niceville. No, that's not a bad thing. He does the down markers for the Niceville games. And Pine Forest getting ready to kick off from the south end. It's a high kick. It's going to come down at about the 7-yard line. Dante Wright with the ball at the 7. He's still on his feet. He's going to get out over the 25, out to the 27. A return of 20 on the kickoff. And the Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 27. And West Florida jumps right back out on top, 42-40 at Crestview. Pace 45, Choctaw 28. Gulf Breeze 41, Washington 14. It's going to be quick hitter to Dante Wright out to the 32-yard line. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. Out to the 32. 3:50 on the clock and counting. 25-19. Pine Forest out on top. Chris Williams is going to bulldoze his way out to the 40-yard line. He's just on a mission tonight. That's an 8-yard gain and a Raider first down. 178 yards on the night. 28 carries. The Raiders still have all 3 first downs. It's going to be Williams again. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He has been a workhorse here tonight. That was his 29th carry of the night. 2nd and 10. They may give him a yard on that one. 2nd and 9. Gomez with that first down catch, and that's going to be a targeting. That was close to a targeting penalty. He hit him helmet to helmet. It's going to be a gain down to the 42. There's a gain of 17 to Gomez. Actually, that was more of a helmet to helmet than a face mask. But it's a first down nonetheless. And the Raiders are going to have themselves a first down inside Pine Forest territory. No field goal this time. They need a touchdown. First and 10 inside the Pine Forest 30-yard line all the way down to the 27. It's going to be Chris Williams again. He's going to get a couple of yards. On the tackle, Angelo Kraft. He's going to get 1 yard down to the 26. 2nd and 9. 2:30 on the clock. 2nd and 9 for Navarre from the Pine Forest 26-yard line. And that's going to be a drop pass as he tried to find Wright over here in the left flat. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Tried to find Dante coming out in the left flat. 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. 2:18 on the clock. This is 4-down territory, folks. So if the Raiders can pick up at least half of it here or more, they'll be a little bit more comfortable on 4th down. And timeout Navarre, their first of the half. They have 2 left. And let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. 2:18 on the clock, 25-19, Pine Forest over Navarre here on this rather rainy night early on, but it's cleared up and it's turned into a kind of muggy night. And let's stay right here, folks. Raiders trailing 25-19. And they have a 3rd and 9 coming up here at the Pine Forest 26-yard line. West Florida knocks off Crestview 42-40. 2 tough losses for Crestview this season. Had a 28-0 lead on Navarre. Navarre came back and won 41-35. Had a 2-touchdown lead on West Florida. First down and more. He's going to get out of bounds. That looks like Garen Finley on the far sideline. They're going to spot the ball down at the 10. First and goal. 19-yard gain, and here comes the rain again. Here comes the rain again. Finley with his second catch on the night. This one a big one, a 19-yarder, and the Raiders have first and goal. And it's going to be Dante Wright. He's going to cut back. He's going to get inside the 10 and get down to the 9, a gain of 1. 2:09 on the clock, and it's running. Well, it was running. It's been stopped. Now it's running. Second and goal from the 9. .157 on the clock and counting. Navarre has a second and goal at the Pine Forest 9, trailing 25-19. It's going to be Josh Carter off left tackle. He's going to get down to the 8, a gain of 1. Clock down to 1:35. And you can see it in my camera, folks. It is coming down pretty solid. I don't know if this is a benefit of the defense or if it's a benefit of the offense. The offense knows where they're going. The defense has the traction. Hard to say here, folks. It could go either way. Third and goal from the 8 for Navarre. And a big play, defensive play by Kraft is going to bring Courtney down at the 10, and we're going to have fourth and goal at the 10. On a big play by Angelo Kraft. As Courtney loses 2 on it. That was a beautiful textbook tackle by Kraft. And the Raiders are going to call their second timeout. They got one chance left. Fourth and goal from the 10 with 55 seconds on the clock. And the rains are coming down here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. 55 seconds on the clock. Navarre faced with a 4th and 10. 4th and goal at the Pine Forest 10. Hopefully the rain will stop just enough so they can throw the ball. And I would be looking to Dante Wright right now in the left end zone. I would go with the fade route in the left end zone. If he can give him enough time to throw the ball. They're going to line up England and Wright on the far side. 4th and goal for the Raiders from the 10. This is it, folks. This is the ball game right here. Good snap back to Courtney. He's going to roll out to his left. And the Raiders got it! The Raiders got it on a deflection! Are you kidding me, folks? Tyler England comes up with the reception, and this ball game is tied at 25. It was intercepted off his hands. Tyler England, Johnny on the spot, and the Raiders have tied this game up at 25. Are you kidding me? Desperation pass by Courtney, threw into coverage. It bounces off the defender's hands. And now the all-important extra point coming up for Dante Wright as the Raiders score with 47 seconds left on the clock on 4th and goal. A 10-yard pass to England, the all-important extra point coming up for Dante Wright. Snap's good, the hold's good, the kick is up. And it is good. The Raiders take the lead. 26-25, but there's still 47 seconds on the clock, and Pine Forest has one timeout left. A deflected interception in the end zone, and England is there to catch the ball. And his first touchdown of the season gives the Raiders the lead. I tell you, folks, games like this in Crestview, this old guy right here is probably going to have to take an early retirement someday. But what? The Raiders never quit attitude. And they come back and they score on 4th and goal. England with the lead touchdown. Extra point is good, and the Raiders are on top 26-25. Wow. That's the only word I could say right now is wow. Raiders need to kick this one deep. Can't give a short field to this Pine Forest team with a wet turf. And there's a loose ball. There's a loose ball, and the Raiders recover! The Raiders recover! The Raiders recover the loose ball on the squib kick by Dante Wright, and the Raiders take over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Phil Williams, you're missing tonight. This would have been a great game to call once again, just like the Crestview game. The Cardiac Kids of Navarre High come back once again. All they have to do is run one play, have Pine Forest call their last time out, and then my favorite play in the book, the old victory formation. But Dante Wright's going to take this. Actually, that's Marlon going to take the snap. And I believe Pine Forest has one timeout left, unless they used them all. No, they did use them all. Oh, my gosh. What a game to come do the camera, huh, Tim? And, folks, if you're out there, you've enjoyed another classic tonight. 26-25. Navarre comes back and wins here on homecoming to move 5-0. A deflected interception in the end zone. Bounces off the defender's hands. And Tyler England is Johnny on the spot. And the Raiders will prevail on homecoming 26-25. We're going to take a commercial break so I can catch my breath and come back and give you final statistics and my players of the game. Your final from Navarre. Navarre 26, Pine Forest 25. This is Irish Bill, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Caldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you've got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs, whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world. Her 15 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free market analysis and see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are behind you at the field or watching at home. Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals seeking a skilled labor position or administrative work. Maybe you're an executive looking for a career that fits. Good morning, everyone. We take pride in connecting the right people with the right company. Express Employment Professionals is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Let us help. We'll open doors for you. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Lux Solar Salon and Spa is an Aveda salon, connecting beauty, environment, and well-being. The salon is located in Navarre off Highway 98 at Ortega. The team at Lux Solis specializes in hair design, color, botanical hair therapy, styling, skincare, makeup, facials, body treatments, and massage therapy. Spa packages are available for a fabulous Aveda experience. Bridal services are also available with advance notice. Aveda products are cruelty-free, and nothing is ever tested on animals. Lux Solis schedules appointments 6 days a week. Find us on Facebook at Lux Solis Salon and Spa. Call 939-9229. University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322. Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on JockJive.com.
Irish Bill back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium, where we saw the Cardiac Kids of Navarre High come back once again. This was on a 4th and goal from the 10. We're going to set up the play. Courtney rolls to his left. His line does a great job of blocking, gives him plenty of time to throw the ball. He tries to force it in to Dante Wright. It's tipped by the Pine Forest player, and it goes over the player's head and right into the open arms of Tyler England. And the extra point still had to be made, and Wright went out and added the extra point. And the Raiders prevail on this night 26-25. I'm trying to think of I got my Ian Lockwood player of the game. I got my offensive player of the game. I'm trying to think of my defensive player of the game and my special teams player of the game. I think my special teams player has to go to Dante Wright with the 2 field goals and the extra points, and 2 touchdowns, actually 3 touchdowns. So he was 2 for 2 on extra points. He was 2 for 3 on field goals. He scored a touchdown. So Dante Wright will be my special teams player of the game. Now I just got to think of a defensive player because all those guys played so well tonight. And how about we go with the defensive line? Just go with the defensive line for the Raiders. People say, oh, that's a cop-out, Bill. And I said, no. If you're watching this game at all, that D-line played one heck of a game. So our Ian Lockwood player of the game with 180 yards rushing on 30 carries, Chris Williams. Chris with 30 carries, 180 yards, and a touchdown. He is our Ian Lockwood player of the game. Our offensive player of the game goes to Pine Forest's quarterback, Ladarius Clardy, 2 long touchdown runs. He was their offense on this night until Lewis scored the last touchdown. But Ladarius Clardy, 146 yards on 19 carries. He also went 7 of 17 for 154 yards and a touchdown. He is our offensive player of the game from Pine Forest. Our defensive player of the game is our defensive line. And our special teams player of the game, 2 of 3 field goals, 2 for 2 extra points. He handled the kickoff duties for Kevin Tache once again. Our special teams player of the game, Dante Wright. There you have it, folks. The Raiders with 406 yards of offense, 213 rushing, 193 passing. Pretty balanced attack once again. Pine Forest with 202 on the ground, 154 through the air, 356 yards. And I've about lost my voice, and I got to get up early in the morning and head to Chicago, folks. I know a lot of you follow me on Facebook and my sports page, my group page, Irish Bill's Twist on Sports. And I posted something on today on my regular page. I'm going up to Chicago tomorrow and watch my son Brady play for Miles College on Soldier Field. If you know me, folks, I'm an avid Bears fan. Brady is a Bears fan, and my about-to-be 86-year-old dad is a Bears fan, and he has never been to Soldier Field. He's going to meet us along with my brother, my sister-in-law, two of my nephews, and my wife and daughter Brooke are on their way up there already. They're going to meet us all in Chicago tomorrow for a 3:30 kickoff on Soldier Field. And win, lose, or draw tomorrow for Miles College, it's priceless, the moment that's going to be shared by my dad, myself, and my son. But enough on that. The Raiders prevail on this night to go 5-0 on the season. Pine Forest, a hard luck loser tonight. They dropped to 3-1. These two teams may see each other again, and I wouldn't be surprised. The Raiders will have they'll go on the road next week. They will go to Pace. You'll catch all the live action right here on JockJive.com. I believe Ryan Bohannon is going to come into the booth with me next. Ryan lives up in Milton area, so he's going to help me with the broadcast next Friday from Pace. Pine Forest will be on the road to face Escambia, the other undefeated team going into this week. And that's your ball game, folks. I want to thank Tim again, Tim Keene. Great work on the camera tonight. Thanks for filling in tonight. And you're now my free agent. So, and I know you love Raider football. You are a graduate. You're an alum. You graduated in 2012, 13. You're a year behind my daughter Brooke, and a Navarre alum, and he was on the camera tonight. Did great work here tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and close this down because my voice is shot. I would say the dust is settled, but there was no chance for the dust to settle because it was settled with about a couple of 100,000, maybe a couple of 100 gallons of rain tonight on that field. So until next Friday night, as the Raiders will hit the road to go to Pace for their first district game. May the wind ever be at your back. This is Irish Bill signing off. Good night, Navarre.